Hello everybody, Senior Engineer MBA and investor, and in today's Sunday video, weekly video, I am going to talk about Caribou Biosciences' latest data release. This was released just on July 13th, so just about 3 days ago. Of course, we're on a Sunday, so that was about Thursday evening, Friday morning. We got this news. And this is amazing news. And there are a couple of reasons why it's amazing. But I do want to remind folks that there is no FDA product approved when it comes to CRISPR. So really the best thing you could sort of rely on at this point is data, right? So of course we have data from CRISPR Therapeutics and Vertex, their program, which we're sort of waiting and expecting an FDA approval potentially by the end of this year. We got another set of data, but specifically in the CAR T space, which is basically cancer cells and diseases, we don't really have much data when it comes to CRISPR other than, for example, Caribou Biosciences CB-010 program. And we've made multiple videos on this company in the past. I remember when this company went IPO, I was full on board on it. Their Chardonnay's rDNA technology just seems something special about it. I mean, people were comparing it at the time with Graphite Bio, whatever they were doing with HDR, their proprietary technology, whatever it was called. I don't even remember at this point. But I never really bought into Graphite Bio because I didn't really find the novelty and the specialty in it. You know, they were still trying to tackle the same sickle cell disease that basically every other CRISPR company is trying to tackle, except Caribou actually. But Caribou was doing something special, right? This CAR T space is something that is extremely lucrative if it goes well. I mean, you know, let's be honest, everybody here knows at least one person in their circle, or at least in their larger circle when it comes to family and distant relatives that have attained some sort of cancer or potentially died from some sort of cancer, right? And I think this is something we want to, you know, explore as we go forward in this decade. And I think Caribou's in the right path to it. So let's take a look straight into the data. So of course they published this PowerPoint here. And this is the data, guys. This is the data. This is where basically if there was one slide to stay onto, it'll be this one, right? So 94% overall response rate. You got 69 complete response, and you got a 44% complete response after a 6-month period. So you're looking at 16 dose escalation patients. This is pretty big, guys. This is pretty big. So we'll take a look in the next slide there. One of the slides here actually compares with other programs across the industry, actually programs that are recognized by the FDA. And you'll see right away why these numbers matter and these numbers are amazing. But this is amazing, guys. This is something that we've always sort of, you know, at least for myself and many people in this space, we sort of expected this company to break records, to beat other standards in the industry. I mean, you guys got to remember, this is a one dose thing, right? This is one dose off the shelf. That's it, right? There's no every 2 weeks you got to come in with a dose. It's not like every month or you got to come in with dose. Yes, there's obviously monitoring. Obviously, these patients in this clinical trial have to be monitored, tested on a regular basis. But the idea of injecting something in their body, or at least modifying their genes, that's happening a one-time treatment. And that's what Caribou's trying to sell, right? That's what Caribou's trying to commercialize, a one-time treatment with CRISPR-based therapy where you do it one time, that's it, you're done. I mean, who wouldn't buy this if this works out? I mean, anybody that has any sort of cancers, you know, of course, in lymphoma and so on, you would want to opt in this program, right? So just as a reminder, the ORR measured number of patients achieving either a complete response or partial response after any point of treatment after CB-010. That's why you have 94. So only really one patient didn't really have any sort of response. So that's 15 out of 16 patients, which is amazing. But it's not really the metric people are really looking for. People are more looking for the durability of the program, right? So you take a look at the complete response rate. So you take a look at 11 out of 16 patients had a complete response after treatment of CB-010. But most importantly, this is really the big data, is you have 44% of complete response measures of number of patients, 7 out of 16 with a 6 months or greater time period, including one patient converted from PR to complete response at 12-month assessment. So one patient actually had partial response, but after about a year, they turned into complete response. So that was good. So 7 out of 16, which is 44%. And you had some patients that were actually, unfortunately, transformed from complete response to PR or to even progressive disease, which obviously you don't want, but it just happens in the nature of this space. And this is really the second slide that's really the most important, right? So you look at these numbers, you're like, okay, good. These numbers look good. We're taking your word for it. But what does that mean in the industry? What does that mean for the FDA? And that is exactly what the FDA looks at. They're going to compare with other programs. And I don't know how to pronounce these program names. I mean, pardon me, I haven't really heard these program names in a podcast or video format, but I'm going to try to pronounce it. So you look at, the overall response at 94%. It beats out all the other programs. And the other programs are Kymriah, Yescarta, and Breyanzi. I don't know what's with these weird names. But anyhow, look at how it's like basically even double than almost like double than, 50% double with 100%, which is perfect. But it's basically up there, right? It's pretty good. But most importantly, you look at the other two metrics. I mean, complete response rate, 69%. They're basically doubling the Kymriah metric. Is just beating it out, right? And you look at the complete response after 6 months, which is what durability is all about, right? This is what people want, durability, right? The idea, the promise of a one treatment is you have durability. You inject once, and after 6+ months, the effect still is in the body, right? And again, I don't want to go into a whole CAR T space definition. I mean, it is a little bit technical what I'm about to say, but basically, it's about beating out cancerous cells in your body, right? So whatever they're doing in this body in that one-time treatment, you want to increase healthy amounts cells. You basically want to, the ratio between healthy amounts and cancerous cells, you want to revert that ratio from the beginning to basically a positive ratio, increase that ratio for healthy cells. So basically you have more healthy cells, less cancerous cells. And the way you do that is durability, right? And 44%. The next best is at 36%. So that's that's about an 8% increase, which is extremely significant, right? Again, these are programs that are recognized by the FDA, right? If you Google this, Yescarta, look at the FDA has an actual article on their website on a cell gene therapy product on November 4th. Yescarta is a treatment for adult patients with relapsed or refractory large B-cell lymphoma. So they have, look, FDA approves CAR T cell therapy to treat adults in 2017. This was many years ago. And these are programs that are recognized by the FDA and accepted by the FDA. So, and if this program beats out these programs, there's no reason to believe that Caribou wouldn't be able to get this program through the doors for the FDA in the next year-ish, 2 years, right? If they're beating out the data, right? So I think it's amazing. I think it's amazing, guys. I love it. I love it. I'm a big believer of CB-010. I'm a big believer of the Antler program from Caribou. I think there's something they're doing here. I mean, this clearly they've defined their dose level here, and you take a look at, their different dose level that they were able to do. Again, it's all about that single dose. And the crazy thing about all that is they could just turn on a second dose. I mean, these programs, they wouldn't even compare with this data if they were to do with a second dose. But Rachel Harrod, CEO and founder of the company, has always said that they always envision a one dose, right? Whatever they end up doing, they want to do a one dose. And that's why they're adjusting the dose level. That's probably why they'll probably add or remove certain things in their edit as we go forward, depending on how data comes in. But man, these are amazing data, guys. This is something that, if you're a bull of this company, you are enjoying it. This is amazing data. I mean, you look at this individual set of data, and of course, the gray progressive data is not the good parts, but look at this, guys. This is, if you think about if you're patient number 1 or patient number 4 or 7, or you look at patient number 8 or 13, 9, I mean, this is amazing. And if you're 15, for example, you still have partial response, you're hoping to turn that into like patient 8, where it turns into a complete response. And again, it's all one dose. I mean, this is what people forget. I mean, Yes, you're comparing it with other programs, but this is a one dose thing and it's beating out the other programs. Again, it's still early in a sense. I mean, this is data that came in, just recently. Of course, we'll see how it play out throughout the year plus 1 year. But man, this is amazing, guys. I mean, I am a big believer of Caribou. I hope you are as well. I mean, science is what matters, right? This is what we do in this channel. We look at the science. I don't really care about the stock price at this point. I don't really care about what people, analysts, and people in suits in New York City are saying about this company or the CRISPR landscape. I'm looking at the science. I'm looking at how it compares with other programs that the FDA has recognized in the past, and it's beating them out. I mean, this is what matters. It's beating them out. I'm a big bull. I'm a huge believer of Caribou. What are your thoughts, guys? Let me know in the comments below. This is big data, big news. I love it. I love it. Love it. This is, of course, a Sunday video. Like I promised you guys once a week. Let me know in the comments below what do you guys think about this program. As always, subscribe if you're not. Like this video if you found value. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a beautiful Sunday. Thank you.